Sailing again, one reef in the main, full jib, doing 4 knots, wind's just forward of the beam, and yeah, kind of 10 to 15 knots gusting, but yeah, moving nicely.
Now Southern is back in the water, it's time to make my way south, leaving Safe Cove behind me. The first section is treading familiar ground, stopping at Pelican Bay and then Ding Bay to see out a succession of weather fronts on the way to Fort Myers. Then I go on to moor in Naples for a few days while another storm passes. On to Marco Island to wait for yet another weather window. And then finally hopping down through the Everglades, with overnight stops at Indian Key and Shark River, before finally making the long passage to Marathon.
Anchored in Cayo Costa, or Pelican Bay as some people call it. Actually Pelican Bay is where I'm anchored, Cayo Costa is the Cayo over there. Sun has finally come out and I've been working this afternoon on the rigging for my dinghy when I'm sailing. So I've got the straps done. I still need to, I just did these rope hangers as a test. I'm going to make them actually the same material as this. Just a bit of sewing to do. I'm planning to do that tomorrow. And I'm going to also make one for there so I can avoid the block chafing on the dinghy. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. You know, it's reasonably secure, but yeah, all in all that looks okay to me. I guess time will tell. Other dramas today, when I did my engine checks this morning, the top of the dipstick where you unscrew it on the transmission just unscrewed and came off. The dipstick stayed, well, the dipstick actually came out, but the rest of the plastic stayed in the hull. So I bodged that. I put a grommet on, stuck it in, kind of shaved it to approximate size so it fits reasonably snugly, and stops the oil leaking out anyway. So, you know, and then I ordered one online. That is going to be, I paid the extra for overnight shipping, except it's not going to actually arrive until Saturday at Neil's house, but he's very kindly offered to drive it down and we'll meet somewhere around Fort Myers over the weekend, weather scheduling. Oh, I have been unable to connect my iPad to the chart plotter, and I remember having this issue last year. The problem was you had to trust the network. However, that option of trusting the network no longer seems to exist. Also, the chart plotter seems to be a bit flaky. The Wi-Fi seems to be a bit flaky in connecting to the to my phone or iPad. It just doesn't issue an IP address. So, but I don't want to switch it off because right now I've got the anchor alarm set. It's supposed to be gusty tonight, swirling round, so I want to keep the anchor alarm. So I'm going to wait until the weather passes and then try rebooting the chart plotter and see if that works. The other thing I suddenly realized is, of course, I changed out my card from the US card to the Caribbean card, and on my iPad, my phone, I still had the Navionics subscription to the US, so I've subscribed on the iPad to the Caribbean one as well, so that might solve the issue of the card not found. We'll see. It's $50, you know, give it a go. Today is a plaid kind of day. Cold, grey, miserable outside. Raining earlier. So I am fabricating my straps for the dinghy.
Oh hey, you look so great. Well, you're so pretty. Yeah, you got me waiting, 'cause we have a date.
The sailor's path makes a massive difference. So here's one I made earlier. Put on the front, so now the block no longer chafes on the vinyl, or the Hypalon rather. And now I'm replacing these two with these straps.
I guess I don't wonder if you think about me. Oh, let me be your lover tonight, babe.
It is, I can't remember what the date is today. I think it's Friday. So I just left Pelican Bay. It's a bit cold and blustery this morning. It's supposed to calm down a little bit during the day. I am just going to motor sail down the Intercoastal today. It's 40 odd miles to go round to Fort Myers, going round the outside. There's only 20 miles going on the inside, so that is worth the petrol or the diesel, as the case may be. And plus, the wind is kind of east-northeast at the moment, so with a bit of luck, once I get clear of a few islands and stuff in the channel, it opens up and I can actually sail up and maybe do a bit of motor sailing. Alright, I said I will check in with you later. Here's a view of the background. I'm anchored here in Ding Bay, just outside Fort Myers Beach rather. Another front's coming through tonight, and the wind is supposed to come round from the south, quite strong, veer around, and then a bit of stormy action tomorrow. So I'm in a nice sheltered area, well protected from all that. So I launched the dinghy this afternoon and manhandled the outboard. It's a little tricky with the outboard now. The davit is in the way. I can't just kind of get it onto the rail then slide it around. So I can do it, it's just finding a bit awkward finding the technique. More to the point, however, is that the bloody outboard didn't start. I kind of expected some problems. It's been a few months, so I was expecting to have a few goes, but I had a lot of goes and no success. So I've decided to reevaluate, maybe spend tomorrow just stripping down the system. I did service it and everything, did check everything's good, oil's good, fuel's good, but maybe, I don't know, it just won't fire. Fuel seems to run fine, but it won't catch. Last time I had that, I figured it was actually the automatic stop was not disengaging, so I'll have a look at that. Anyway, that's a bit of a pain because I wanted to use it on Sunday when I was supposed to rendezvous with Neil to pick up the replacement dipstick for the transmission. However, if I anchor somewhere, I can row in if I pick somewhere close, so that's not too much of a hassle. Anyway, I feel I deserve my beer this evening. A bit of hard work, that. Cheers. What a miserable day. It's 10:30 in the morning. I'm still sitting here, totally overcast. Strong winds through the night, 30 plus knots. Winds calmed down a little bit now, but now the rain's come. Thunder and lightning. Oh, there you can hear the thunder in the background. So the other thing I've been doing is I've been messing with the outboard, but I suspended that since the lightning started. I've changed the spark plug. I have drained the carburettor. I'm pretty sure there was water in the carb. Some of the fuel was coming out a little bit milky. I pumped the fuel through from the external tank until it was running clear. I drained the main tank. I siphoned the main tank, so I got all that out. I haven't had a chance to refill the carb and try it again. Next stage will be to empty or remove the carburettor and clean that. One thing I did notice was when I removed the spark plug was dry, and that I guess may mean that there's no fuel getting to the spark plug, which would mean the carburettor is blocked, possibly by the water. Maybe the water's drained, it'll work, but anyway, that's what I'm doing with that. But you know, right now nothing more I can do. I'm just going to sit downstairs, have a cup of coffee, and read a book. I don't know if it'll come out on camera, but that side was fabric guarded. That side was not fabric guarded. That's on my to-do list for some calm day. Yeah, hopefully this weather will pass in the next hour. There was a marine warning for the area as thunderstorms go by, which is why I'm wearing my life jacket. It's just a wear your life jacket, so that's what I'm doing. Conditions are still pretty bad, worse in fact than they were before. See, I've only got a couple hundred yards and I'm getting white caps. And weather radar with the blue dot indicates it should be coming pretty close to being passed. I'm just south of that red one, so maybe this is what I'm going through just at the minute. Yeah, not nice. Pretty uncomfortable. A couple of boats, a couple of cabin cruisers who were anchored down there have just left. Surprised. Yeah, so 36 knots. That's gusty for sure. Yeah, just wait it out. So not the most pleasant of days. I've got the full jib up. I've got the main reefed slightly. Not because the wind's gusting up to 20, but I'm going downwind, so I could have the full main up, but I'm trying to avoid blanketing the jib to steer as far downwind as I can. Anyway, it's just experimentation while I can, and I'm on just about the right heading to get to Naples. Depending on what time I get in, I'll either just anchor just inside the pass, find somewhere in there, or motor up to Naples itself and try to get on a mooring ball. And then the plan is to spend a few days in Naples, particularly if I can get on a mooring ball, it'd be perfect, and then go in, have a wee look around. Just a bit of wind coming through as well, so it'd be good to be on that.
Fancy mansions line the banks of the Gordon River.
So I thought I'd quickly show you my surroundings. I'm in Naples City Dock mooring. Very tight little mooring spot, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 moorings. Not a lot of room to swing the proverbial, but I got in here. And again, no pennants on the mooring balls, which makes life especially difficult. And the dinghy dock is over there. I'm just getting myself sorted out, and I'm going to head over there, have a shower, and then walk into town and have myself a wee beverage, maybe something to eat. Yeah, that row's going to give me some cardio, unless I can fix my outboard, I hope, sooner rather than later. Now for a shower. Alright, now showered, refreshed, heading to the old city of Naples. The lady at the desk said there's a good place a few blocks down called The Pub. That sounds like a good place to start. I think I'm going to have to check the menus on the internet before I go into any of these places. Looks a little bit fancy. French home cooking, that place. Across the road was called Bleu Provence. Looked pretty nice. Building's pretty ritzy. The bar at the restaurant at the dock, called the Dock, was full. So, happening little town. For some reason I've got in my head that Naples is a pricey place. Rodeo Drive of Florida or something like that. Anyway, let's get to the pub, see what that's all about. I've got a few days to explore. Inspired by Scotland, after the Bevy. Super ritzy, as shown by all the flash jets flying in. Yeah, the Bevy. Have to try that on the way back, maybe, or maybe another night. Built in 1895 and listed in the National Register of Historic Places in 1982, Palm Cottage is the oldest house in Naples. But it's not the pub. That's what I'm looking for. Now, I understand Naples Pier is closed after the last hurricane. Let's have a look, see what's down here. Everybody watching the sunset. That's one brave paddleboarder. I've found the old Naples pub. Doesn't look particularly old from this perspective. Cheers. Well, that seems pretty good.
I treated myself to a second pint, enjoyed fish and chips with proper malt vinegar, and ambled back to the boat. Next episode, I spend a couple of days exploring Naples before continuing on my way.